Graham, we're going to take a look at your video from camp. I'm going to let it run through a couple times. I'm going to let it run normal speed, and then I'm going to let it run in slow-mo, and then I'm going to come back and break it down, analyze it, make some comments and some suggestions to help you improve.
Graham NASSIF, class of 2027.
Okay, Graham, we get started back here. Right at the very beginning here, we always start trying to have you guys give us your name, your graduation, and we want you to hustle into the ball game. So you do a good job right here hustling in. And as you're hustling in, always try to just take a glance at your target where you're going to kick the football. And you may be doing that right now. But always know where you're going to kick the ball, the precise area you're going to kick, because when you get lined up, when you get set up, you start your alignment here on the point of placement, you want to know where that target is because you're going to be stepping directly back from it. So right here, as you get up to the line, I'm just kind of watching you right here. You got a block, look like you got either a ½ inch or a 1 inch block. Now as you come up, obviously you're a lefty. And what I'm looking for here, I want you to line, everything's going to line up. You want to line up off your left foot since you're a left-footed kicker. Right-footed kicker, they'd be lined up off the right foot. So you're lefty right here, and it just looks like you're kind of straddling the tee. See how the block's in between? You got it like between your feet. And as you come up there and get set, you get set right here. You don't stay very long. You just kind of get up there, and in the game now, you're going to have a routine. You're going to come up there. You're going to actually show your holder. You know, if you have that block, you have the block position, or he's going to have it positioned for you, however you guys work it out. And then you're going to come up and you want to get yourself set right here. And you got your feet okay right there, but you want to be set, and then you're going to check your alignment, make sure you're lined up, and then you're going to start your steps back. But right now, I can tell you've got that block right between your feet. Okay? You're lined up there. And what I'd like you to consider is get this right foot, line it up. I'm sorry, it's your left foot. You get your left foot, line it up right on the block because you're lefty. So you want the left foot lined up right there on the block. So your left foot's over here, your right foot's over here, and the block's in the middle right now. And we want to get everything lined up on your left foot. So get the left foot, and you can see right here when we start right here. So you're starting off with your right foot back. Now you can see where the ball is. He's teed it up, and I can see the ball right in the middle. And if anything, you should have this leg. It ought to be lined up right on it. Your left leg, kind of like right here, you ought to be lined up right on that. Left leg ought to be lined up right on that ball. But see, I'm positioned right when I'm filming you, right behind the point of placement, and I'm anticipating you coming all the way back this line right through here. And see, you've kind of got it. You're lining up kind of everything on the center of your body. And again, Graham, I'm giving you some comments and some suggestions of all the great athletes we've studied over the many years. I'm sharing with you common denominators, those things that have made them so great, so successful. And this is what they do. They line up, get everything lined up. Since you're a left footer, everything's lined up off your left leg. Okay? So right there now, you start back. Now you do 2 steps back, and you got your feet together. Then you take a pretty good healthy step there, gather your other foot to it, then you take another healthy step, gather yourself. So you're kind of taking 2 big healthy steps. When I say healthy, they're kind of longer than normal, but you're taking 2 big steps back, and then you take 2 over. And that's a wide lateral step here. That's pretty wide. Okay? And then you probably ought to only be right about here. That's pretty wide enough, but you got it out there pretty wide, and then you're going to take another one. Let's see what you do with the other one. And this one's not as wide. Okay, so they're not consistent steps. This one's wide. You can see that. And also look right here. See, here's your target. Let me show you something here real quick. There's the center target right here. There's the ball. And you can kind of see your foot's outside there. See, your foot's outside? And you need to have that foot right on this line right here. So you can see your foot's to the outside of the ball. There's your target. There's the center right there. Let me get it right there lined up better. There's the ball. There's the tee. See how far your foot's outside of that? You got to be lined up right on that. Okay, and then you've got a wide step there, and then your next one's not as wide. See right there, not as wide. That's actually more about where it needs to be. So you got a wide one, and then they're kind of not as wide. Then you get here, and look how you kind of move your feet. You kind of, there's your plant foot right there. You got your foot right there. That's kind of deciding where the width of your stance is right there. The width of your step. So you're going to step with the right foot there. Right foot. Now your right foot's determining the spot, and right here you're kind of moving it. Now you move it forward, then you're stepping back, and then you move it back a little bit more. So you got a little pitter patter going on with your feet. I'd like to see you come here. Once you get here, there, and you're done. Keep that foot firm. Don't try not to move it as much, but you're kind of moving around. That's a lot of wasted motion. And I'll say this too, Graham, right off the bat, you've got some really good natural ability. You really come through the football. You do some things, but you're doing some alignment things that are a little bit different. And I'm going to go over some things, and it'll work if we'll tweak these things, but and it can work doing it the way you're doing it. But we just got to really focus on some things like number one, get lined up with your left foot on the ball. Get back here on the left foot. Make sure you get over here a little bit, right behind that football. Have that left foot there. Your lateral step, maybe just take a step. That's about as wide as you need to take the step right there. And you can see how much wider you go. And then your next one's more like it, but it's still kind of wide. But that's a little better. Okay, so we got to work on these two steps here. Okay, one's too long and one's just almost right, but we got to get them. Both of them need to be exactly the same. Okay, so now you get there. We got to eliminate the pitter patter with the feet. Let's see how you get lined up. Look like you get lined up pretty good right there. Okay, now going back to the steps. See how you're doing one step, gather, one step, gather. There's your first step. One step, gather, and then you take that second step, then you gather. Well, what you'll see most of the time is you'll see your NFL guys and your great college players, they'll start back with their kicking foot first. So you're starting back with your non-kicking foot. So you watch them on TV, you're going to see most of them, they start back with that kicking foot. So they'll take 3 steps back. So they take a step back with this foot, and then this foot, and it lines up when they take it that way. That foot right there, the last step, is the one they're lining up on. Okay, making sure that left foot is lined up there. And you'll see them they'll start back here. They'll take a step, and then they'll take this step, and they'll take a 4th step, and all that is that foot's just, they're aligning this to make sure it's lined up. Once it's lined up, they take this foot right back up to here, and it's right, you still only have 3 steps back. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So just something to think about. So you're doing, and I really think, I would strongly consider trying to do the 3 steps because you're kind of getting into the same spot in 2 steps. And the reason you're doing that and it's working is because you've got these feet right here, they're equal. So this first step back is a pretty good step. So it's putting you back pretty deep already. And then you take a bigger one there. And then over here, there's something telling your body, I need to kind of get back just a little bit more over here. See, that's why you're pulling it back a little bit. See, you're backing up. So naturally, I think your body's telling you, I need to be back just a little bit more. And I really think the 3 steps here would help you. So to do the 3 steps, first step here, second step, third step, and if you take the 4th step, you can align yourself up and then bring this foot back to here, and you've still only got 3 steps to there. And then you start your lateral and do a little more narrow job on the lateral. Our goal here, Graham, is to get you in the exact same spot over here every time. The exact angle, everything to make sure you're in this same spot and maintain this 90-degree angle. And the only way we can get you in that same spot, if you take 3 natural, like you're walking backwards, you'll see kickers, they're just walking back. They just take 3 natural steps back. And they just, they'll take the 3 exactly, or take the 4 to align, and then they'll bring their foot back, step back up. So it's still always 3, but they do it with natural, comfortable walking backward steps. They're not overstriding. They're not tippy-toeing. They're just nice, comfortable steps, like you're just walking backwards down the football field. Okay, and then when you come to your lateral, just nice and comfortable, and then that will help ensure, because it's your stride, your nice, comfortable steps, it ensures to get you in this spot every time. Okay, so that's our goal. So work on that. So get over here, get position right here, and you want to have this foot aiming right toward where your plant's going to be, your right foot. Your left foot's going to be going right toward where the ball is. So that's your rails. Okay, you're on right there. Left foot's going to the ball, right foot's going right to the plant. Okay, so that's how your steps are. Body position. You look pretty good. You look like you got your feet pretty good shape there. I think you might be aiming a little bit right here, but get that foot aiming right there. That'll help. If you'll aim your kicking foot right there, is fine the way you have it. If you aim your right foot now, aim it right in that spot, that's going to keep your shoulders and everything going in that same direction. Everything going the same. And I can see how I can see your back a little bit right here. Your eye contact on the ball looks good. Let's get you in position here. Now you see right here, now the moment that center snaps the football, the holder will have his hand here. He'll raise his hand to catch it. When he raises his hand to catch it, that's when you start to see how your body lean. That's when you start the body lean. You're doing a good job there. So you look really good here. And I'm telling you, you're not really taking a jab, but you kind of are. You're just kind of rolling it. And this is fine. You're going to see a lot of kickers taking jab steps. You just look like you choose not to, and that's fine. I do like what you're doing here with your leg. You got everything nice and flat from the back of your neck all the way down, even your legs nice and straight right there. Because your back leg is just a stabilizer. It just allows you just to do it. See what you're doing here? It's just allowing you, see how it maintains the firmness of the leg. It's nice and straight and stable. It allows you to let your body just kind of lean. It falls and leans to the jab or leans to your beginning step right there. So you're doing a really good job on your approach right here. Nice and smooth. So you could do a jab if you wanted to, take a little jab there if you wanted, with your right leg, right foot. And all this does when you're leaning like this, it's just getting your body into the lean. See how you're in your stride? It leans you to your stride. See your stride? Look at your body position, your stride. So all that lean does right here. So you're leaning to your stride, leaning to the jab. Your head position's good. Drive step's good. Let's watch your plant. Your plant's coming really good right there. The plant needs to be going more straight right toward the target. Looks like you're pretty close there. Got a nice drawback. You got some good flexibility right here in your hips. Good drawback there. I like your arm out here to the side. It should be coming across that chest. See how it's counterbalancing? See how it counterbalances here? Now you got that left arm too much involved. You're kind of pulling. You got too much tension here in this left arm. Let the left arm lag like it's just a rudder in a boat. It's just kind of hanging there. Nobody's operating. It's just hanging there. Just let it just kind of lag. So you're getting that left arm too much involved. In part, I'm going to tell you the challenge you have here. The reason that's kind of happening. So this arm just needs to kind of stay. Just kind of let it lag. Don't let it. You're getting too much tension and it's involved. It's kind of helping in the upper body. We don't want to do that. Let this arm do the work. It's going to come across your chest. It should be out here and it comes across your chest. Now what happens here, you strike that ball, you get some good strike on that football. You're about as close as you want that foot to be. And you can also tell your foot's kind of gone a little farther ahead of the ball. Your foot actually is planting in relative to the football as if you're kicking off the ground. Because see, your foot, generally when you're kicking off the ground, the middle of your ankle's lined up with the middle of the football. So you're a little ahead of the ball here, but you're able to pull it off. Got great flexibility. Look at that leg whip. Look how high that leg is. This is excellent right here. You got a lot of power here, buddy. This is good stuff right here. Nice leg, body position. Okay, but we just got to watch a little bit when that plant, you pull it off and you still strike that ball pretty good, but you got to watch getting a little too far ahead on that plant. But I think part of this will clear up because you're not skipping like you need to be. See how your legs kind of coming up, and then all of a sudden it's starting to go. Now what? Right here, it gets almost to the thigh, to the hip, and then it starts leveling off and pulling down to the right. See right there? It's all because you're not skipping. We've got to skip. And again, this is early in the camp. We've already talked about things at the camp. We already did a video analysis at the camp. We drilled you at the camp. So we emphasize that skip. You have got too much talent and natural tools with your body kicking for you not to skip. It's going to just change you. And you want this leg. See, you're striking the ball here. You got a pretty good position with that foot. That kind of the toe is slightly down. That's really good. That right arm's counterbalancing, but see how you're kind of crunching, and then you're letting that left arm. Everything's crunched right here, and we want to flow a little more smoother. Let this arm just relax. Let the left arm hang. Let the right arm do the counterbalance. But right when this leg gets right to here, it's the legs continue. You're going to be swinging up toward that left shoulder. That's about right when it comes up any higher. This is when that skip ought to go right, kind of skip right towards the same direction that the kicking leg's going, and your kicking leg's going up toward that left shoulder. So this skip ought to kind of come in that direction and just land out front somewhere right in there. So you got to work on the skip, and how you work on the skip, some of the best ways, one-step drill, and even work on kicking without the ball. Just do some dry kicks, air kicks. Work on kicking without the football so you can really emphasize that skip. So you're on that. You're basically dry. You got all this talent. You're coming at it right here. You got this great leg whip, and then all of a sudden your body, the momentum, the power is generating through the football, and then all of a sudden you're making the power put on the brakes because you're not skipping. Now everything has to stop. And that's why your kicking leg comes down, because it's got to catch your balance. So work on that skip, and you're going to find out, Graham, you've got a whole lot more power. As good as this drawback is with your leg and the whip you have, you definitely got to get that skip down. Get that skip down to allow that power to drive on through, continue on. And all that is, the skip allows the power to generate completely through the football, and it allows your body, with all the power and momentum, it allows it a deceleration time right there, just because it's skipping forward and allows the body to let all the power explode through. And some of this upper body contortion, try to say you're jerking your head down, all that's because your body knows as soon as you get to this point right here, you have to put the brakes on right here and get that leg down to the ground, because you got to stop, because you're not skipping. Work on the skip. It's going to change how you hit that football. It's going to add so much more power to it. Great job at the camp. Hey, Graham, I got a little comparison for you, a little extra something for you on the video analysis. On the left, he's a lefty. He's just like you, buddy. He's a very talented college kicker, set a lot of records, very good fundamentals, technique, very talented young man. Look how he's aligned with the football. He's getting himself aligned right here. He's got his kicking foot, left foot, lined exactly where the ball's going to be. Remember, you've got the block right between your legs. Line your left leg, your kicking leg, with that block. Also with the target. And the steps are coming back this way, okay? So you got the point of placement, and you'll have where your steps come back. All three things are right there in that natural line. Okay? So we got to work on that. Watch how he takes his steps back. Here's what I was talking to you about here. Please consider this. Please consider this. Watch how he does his steps. He starts back with his kicking foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now he's making sure on that fourth step, he's just checking to make sure everything's lined up. And he can see it in front of him. He's checking it right now, making sure his kicking leg, his left leg, the point of placement, and the target, all 3 points are lined up. Everything's lined up off his left leg. Okay? And again, watch him again here. He's right here, feet are even. Nice, nice, comfortable steps. 2, 3, 4th is alignment. And then watch what he does. Now he's at 3 steps. Okay? You're taking these, you're kind of reaching right here. You're just doing a reach back here. So you're lunge, you kind of lunge, gather, and see, I think it'll position you slightly back a little further, and then we're going to narrow those lateral steps. I'm going to show you here what his lateral steps. Look at his lateral steps right here. Look how concise that is. Look at your lateral step. Look how wide. He's older, more experienced, but he's realized as he's progressed along, he doesn't need very wide steps. You don't want to get too wide. It puts you too much of an angle that you need, more of an angle than you need, and it also pulls you back further from the football. The other thing you can notice right here, look at this, it's a really good shot of it. Look where his target is right here, the point of placement. Look where his foot is. He's got everything right there. Look, everything is all lined up right there. Okay, so that's he's got everything right there lined up. So that's what you're trying to do. You can see you're on the inside of it. Just slightly on the inside there, okay? So work on that. But look at his lateral steps and watch them. They're just duplicates of each other. Watch this. Lateral. Look at that. And look how he keeps his feet pointed straight ahead. Right here, even he keeps his right foot straight ahead, even on that second lateral. And you do it too right there. It's just your second lateral, that's too wide, and then this one's a little more narrow. But even your more narrow one, that's closer to what his is. So you want them identical. Again, the goal, get you in the same spot every time. Now watch what he does right here. He gets here, he keeps that right foot positioned, and then right here, he starts making an adjustment. Watch how he'll do this. Now he'll shift the foot, his right foot, and make sure it's aiming right towards the point of placement. That keeps his whole body in line, his shoulders, everything is going to that point of placement. Everything, his body, everything's going that direction. Okay? He's created that track right there where his feet are going to be. One's going to the ball, one's going to the point of placement. Okay, watch him out here. He's going to get real set. He's going to get set. He's total position now. Again here. And this ball, and he's going there. Right foot is going toward the plant. The left foot, the kicking leg, is going to the ball. So that's his little rails. Let's watch you right here. Let's get you over here. You kind of see the positioning right here. You can just, you look like you're pretty good shape here. Because watch now, here's where you lean. There's no jab. Watch him lean. He's gonna get himself in position here. Watch how he leans. You see, he leans right to a jab. I want to consider that. And here's the thing: if you take 3 steps back, like I showed you, for the 4th one with the alignment, like we just showed you, it might put you back a little bit further. Then you can take this jab too. It's going to be subtle. It's not much because you're taking kind of lunging steps back anyway. So right here, but watch how he transitions. Look how smooth it gets him right to this. Now he's in this stride. And you do a pretty good job doing it without the jab. You don't have to because you're really kind of in the same position, but you can kind of see by you not jabbing, your foot's already kind of underneath you right here. You see it? Whereas he has a little more room. He can get that first drive step is a lot easier because he's taken the jab. And I think you've gotten yourself where you don't use the jab because you're so close to the ball anyway because of those steps you take. But that's okay. So if you decide you want to be a 2-stepper, there's a few, you don't see many, but there are a few NFL guys that do just 2 steps, tend to be older guys. But this will work if that's what you want. You can make it work. Just so I want you to be aware. I want to educate you so you know the difference. But you do a great job leaning Same thing he does. Watch his step. Here's his drive step. There's your drive step. His is a little more aggressive because, you know, he had the jab step with it. Watch his plant. That's what your plant. I keep that toe. You look like, see, this is where, look at this. Great job. I mean, you've got really, really good drawback. He does too. Really good. Your left arm's out, your right arm's out there to the side. Now watch how he swings through. Look at his plant. Now see, he's kicking off the ground, and you can kind of see how your foot's kind of almost the same positioning his is, but you're kicking off a block. So just be aware of that. You know, just as long as you be aware. I think, again, once we get that skip down, things are going to adjust for you. Right here, you're in good position here. Your arm's in good position. Here's where you get yourself in a little trouble right here is because, see, watch his upper torso. Watch his neck. Watch his shoulders and everything rotate under his head. Look how smooth he is. His right arm comes across. Counterbalance. Look at his left arm, how uninvolved it is. See, look at his left arm. Watch yours right here. So you got your left arm. Look how you get you're jerking that head down. It's all because you're hitting the power into the ball. We don't mind a little bit. This is a little bit of a crunch here. Not much. This is very, I mean, really, he doesn't have hardly any crunch. But there is some movement downward a little bit with his upper body, but it's pretty natural. Swings that arm across. But right here, you're really kind of crunching because part of it is because you're not going to skip. You're not skipping. Now watch here, where he gets here. Watch his position. There's where you're both the same. Your arm's too involved here. This back arm. You see your body. Look how you've bent over right here. Look how you kind of bent over right there. Look at his back. And look at your legs. They're pretty close to being the same. Except right here, I'm gonna go ahead and lock it in right here. Watch this right here. As your leg comes up, see he lets you're right there, but look at your body and look at your skip. So you're not skipping, and see he's skipping, and look how comfortable he is. See a skip? So he's your leg right here because you're not skipping. Your kicking leg, all of a sudden it starts going this way. His leg continues on up underneath his arm. Watch it. His goes on up. Yours is stopped. Power stopped right there. Boom. Right there, yours goes horizontal and down. Horizontal, and his continues on up. There's no reason, Graham, for you not to be able to master this. It will change your life in terms of the power of your kick, and it's going to help in your accuracy, but you got to work on that skip step. Allow your body to naturally go explode through that football. Let the power just generate towards the target. And then as all that power is needing to start slowing down, let that skip help it. Let the skip go ahead and continue on downfield. Skip, and allows your body to naturally decelerate the momentum and leg speed naturally because you're allowing that ball yourself to skip right here. Keep working at it. This is a great video for you to look at and refresh your memory and work and strive. And I'm confident you've already gotten better since the camp.